I am Sister Valarmathi, National Coordinator for National Domestic Workers Movement and Chief Functionary for Tamil Nadu Domestic Workers Welfare Trust. National Domestic Workers Movement was the national organization started in 1985 with the purpose and the vision and mission of bringing dignity, respect, empowerment to the domestic workers and children enjoy the mainstream education, safe migration of migrant workers. This is our vision and goal. With that, the organization was started and spread in 17 states of India. And Tamil Nadu Domestic Workers Welfare Trust is the sisterly organization started in 2005 with the same vision and mission and statement. So now we are in 15 districts working in Tamil Nadu for the domestic workers, children and migrants. With the domestic workers, we have been working in all these districts with the purpose bringing dignity, respect, empowerment and right to them. We organize them in the slum areas and in the rural areas. We give awareness program in order to empower themselves. The organization also provides a capacity building training to them to make the leaders as a capable person and the other domestic workers to bring change in them. The capacity building training covers like legal training, labor laws, women laws, then personality development, bargaining power, communication skills, skill development like housekeeping, cooking, baby care. Then we also give training on the cooperative, which is the new aspect for the organization. The future for that to empower the domestic workers more economically. So time to time we give different capacity building training, and we other activities the organization does was helping the domestic workers to enroll themselves with the existing welfare board of the domestic workers. Due to organization's several effort, the government has given separate welfare board for domestic workers in 2007. So from then on, we are helping the domestic workers to enroll themselves in the welfare board. Through this welfare board, they are helped to get avail educational support, marriage benefit, death insurance, accident insurance, maternity benefit, pension, like that few schemes they have with the government. So for that we need to help the domestic workers since they are illiterate and they don't know how to enroll themselves in the online portal. So this becomes one of the activity also for the organization to help the domestic workers. Now nearly more than 20,000 domestic workers have been enrolled in the welfare board by us. So they time to time they get these schemes. The other activities that we have is networking with other organizations. As an organization, we believe that alone we cannot bring change. We need to join hands with other organizations. So for that we network with the National Platform for Domestic Workers, Unorganized Workers Federation and other civil society organization. Our network has been expanded at the state level, national level and at the international level. So we have partner organization from international level to the grassroots. So this gives more strength to raise the voice together for the rights of the domestic workers. To achieve policy changes, the organization has been time to time carried out different campaigns like campaigns of rally, demonstration, consultations, public hearing, postcard campaigns, then meeting the MLAs, MPs, ministers in person, submitting the recommendations to them, bringing the officials to our forum like consultations, seminars. So the approach has been in different level and different ways from 1985 to till today. Because of this campaigning and other activities, the organization also achieved many things for domestic workers. First, getting the recognition as the worker. The domestic worker have been recognized as the workers in 1999. This recognition came not simply that government came, but the organization took several efforts from 1985 till 1999. So only after years of struggle and journey that we got the recognition for domestic workers as workers. That means the domestic workers are included in the manual act of the government. So once they are included in the manual act, then they are considered as a workers. They get the workers status. From 1999, we have been working closely with the government with the different activities to get the welfare board. So 2007, the welfare board has been given to the domestic workers announced by the government. So from then on, we registered them in the welfare board. From 2007, we have been moving towards getting minimum wage for domestic workers to include the domestic work in the Minimum Wage Act. So the domestic work has been included in the Minimum Wage Act in 2007, and the minimum wage was fixed only in 2018. So there is another long years of struggle to bring this change for the domestic workers. So again, now the last April, the government has revised the minimum wage for domestic workers. So these are some of the activities and the achievement that we had is through the campaigns that we carried out. And also we have like some important days to observe with the domestic workers, where we bring the domestic workers together to celebrate and to raise their demands. The important days like International Domestic Workers Day, which falls June 16th, and we have Women's Day March 8th, and Labor Day May 1st, and Decent Work Day October 7th. Human Rights Day December 10th. These are some of the important days that we take forward, especially in focus with for the domestic workers, raising their issues to the government in larger level. Mass gathering will be done these days to bring the attention to the different stakeholders. And the organization also helps the domestic workers to deal with their issues, especially when they work. Sometimes they are thrown out of the job, or they are not paid salary, or sometimes they are blamed for the theft happened in the employer's family. When such issues also comes, the organization helps the domestic workers to go to the employer to clarify, stand with them, to get justice for the domestic workers. So these are some of the activities that we do it for the domestic workers to empower them as a woman who can stand alone, to empower herself and the family to bring forth to the society. And we see there is a lot of attitudinal change has been taken place to the domestic workers. And the other movement that now we are also focusing on the placement, whether we could also do, it's one of the new activities that we are planning for the future. But still we need to go through long way, because through this only we can bring the employer and the domestic workers together, because now we are touched with only the domestic workers, not much with the employers. So we also need to concentrate on the employers side. We also need to listen to them what they are facing. So in the future we'll be doing the placement. We are thinking that bring both of them together to have a better relationship where they work. So that kind of aspect we are looking for the future. The other target group that we work with is children of the domestic workers, and children those who are going for domestic work. For them, we have like child rights movement, where children come together and they discuss their own issues, and they take up the main purpose of the child rights movement is to empower these children. They become the agent of change for their society. That is our main focus. And child rights movement also gives different opportunities for children for learning the skills, like they are also given with the capacity building trainings like motivational training, career guidance, leadership. Different trainings have been given. Then there were also time that we help them to go for computer knowledge. Time to time it changes based on the need of the children, and we also help them to build their talents, to express their talents in different ways. Opportunities has been given to the children, and we also help with evening free tuition centers. Nearly 25 centers running around Chennai and other parts of the city. These centers where the evening time after the school, the children come together. Each center has up to 25 to 30 children. A teacher is appointed by the organization. So these children are given free evening tuition. So the teacher helps them to do their homework and she clarifies all their doubts and she helps them to study. Okay, these centers are run from evening time and the children also find themselves because we know the mothers cannot help these children for their education. Since they are illiterate, they cannot go and sit with the mother and study. So these centers helps them as a place where these children can come together. Not only they learn the educational side, the other side also we give different opportunities for their behavioral changes and other things, especially to tap their talents. The opportunities given for them, and we also identify children those who are single mothers, like father died or he left the family and went, and we help them with the scholarships with the donors, different donors. Now we have identified nearly 72 children who have been given from the LKG, UKG, small support from one of the donor they are supporting. These all these children are single parent children, small children. Last year we have started that support, and we also approach different persons for their educational support. With the children, we have also some of the important days like Day of Hope, Anti-Child Labor Day, Children's Day, Anti-Trafficking Day. So some of the days have been recognized to celebrate with the children, especially the Day of Hope becomes more meaning for children, that because we help these children to express their talents, what they dream in life. Different opportunities given through these days, and children come together, they enjoy, they celebrate, they love one another. It is different thing that they find themselves those days with meeting other children of their own community. They find very happy. Apart from this, the organization also helps for the overseas migrants. Migrants, those who are going to other countries as a laborers, like construction work, domestic work, then fishermen. We call it more of like 3D job, difficult, dangerous, and dirty work that we say. So people, those who migrate to work in these situations, we help them. We provide with pre-departure training. Nearly we have done more than 50,000 people have been helped by us through this training, pre-departure awareness training in different villages, government premises. Now from 2010 we have been involved in this work, giving awareness to the migrant workers from villages. We follow like different campaign in the villages, vehicle campaign, pit notice campaign, door-to-door campaign, poster campaign, like street play campaign. Through this, we take awareness to the villages, remote villages, where the migrants are migrating in large, to make them aware of the safe process, so that they are not cheated by the agent here, or they don't fall prey to other difficulties in the destination countries. In spite of this awareness, there were migrant workers who undergo a lot of issues in the destination countries, like people those who are cheated with a different job, because before going they are promised one job and after going they were given different job, our salaries are not paid. Then the domestic workers issue, domestic workers, the destination countries, it's a house arrest. Once they enter into that house, they cannot come out, and before they leave, they don't know, they were not given all the information. So for them it becomes everything new, the culture, the situation, the family, the language, the food, everything. So after reaching there only they recognize the struggle. So like that there were so many domestic workers who landed there, those who were trafficked. Like there's so many issues that we come across. So when we come across such issues, we network with volunteers in those countries and with the Indian embassy in that country, and we tried to help them. So till today we have been rescued more than, I think, 3,500 migrants we have rescued, and we have also helped some of the migrants for their livelihood support. Once they, especially the families, those who are lost their breadwinners in the destination countries. So the organization also helps to bring back the mortal remains in those countries without any expenses from the family paying. Because otherwise, there are people, those who take this in the critical time of death also, some of them take as a business that, and they cheat the families. So the organization helps them without any of charge to bring back the dead body in coordination with the government, that we do it. With migrants also, for their policy changes also, we work with other organizations, and we have other important days like International Migrants Day, which falls on December 18th, and we also have May Day. These 2 days are taken as an important day for migrants, and we organize several consultations where we bring the bureaucrats to those consultations. We also bring the affected migrants to this forum. There is a direct dialogue happened in the past, and the purpose is like, one is the migrants enjoy safe migration and their rights are respected. The government takes up their responsibility. This is our focus. With that, we have been working all these years. So, in short, to tell that, these are the some of the activities that we have been carried out from the past till today. In the future also, we are trying to come up with some of the new activities, like for domestic workers. We have a dream like educating a child in a family. That is the future hope that we are looking, how this can bring change in the life of the domestic workers. When one child is educated in the family, when she is given that opportunity, and she can like the other children in the family. So that is our dream, that we look for helping these children, at least one child in a family. And the other neglected group that we found is elderly domestic workers. After COVID, domestic workers after 50 years, they don't get a job. They are left out. So we are also thinking how we can empower them with different alternative employment opportunities for these elderly domestic workers to stand on their own legs. And there are some of the domestic workers who feel like isolation and loneliness. So in order to help them also in that aspect, especially medical health care becomes another issue for the elderly persons when they grow up. So how we can help them with the free medical treatment or a medical checkup. These are some of the aspects that we are looking for in the future, different activities that we can engage with the domestic workers. And the other thing is to build up the cooperative for domestic workers. See, to openly say, I know what this work involves. I had some of the experience as a child, when I was a child. But that time I never thought that I will be, working with these people. But I know the struggle each one can go through in this type of work, Maybe it's God's will that I find that I got this opportunity again to help the domestic workers. Once I ended working with them, I felt that this type of people are the one who are left out by the society, who have been not recognized by the society, and where many organizations focus on this type of people. So that gives me personally, that gives me joy to work with these people, where I am giving myself for the one, those who are neglected, most marginalized in the society. And I see, especially my passion goes for migrant workers. Okay, I always look at them with a lot of, I also have migrants in my family, my brothers are migrant workers. So I also know the families left behind, the struggles they go through. And also I also know the aspiration of the family or the migrants when they migrate to other countries. So when something happens to that family, what are the agony that they go through. So all that also makes me to reflect, no, to makes me to be with them, no. So I feel so blessed because I have entered into so many people's life, you know. In my little way that I could be with them in a moment of crisis, in moment of difficulties. There are many people I saved them, especially the migrants. They don't know, they wanted to suicide themselves in the destination country. So when they approached me, that it's like I felt maybe it's a God-given opportunity to save their life like that. Also I felt several events. So I felt something, it's not like regular activity, it's life and death also. Sometimes I feel in this work where we are confronted, we are faced with a lot of challenges, where we are with the people. So that motivates me, like that gives me more energy to be with the people, to serve for them. So I have a dream, like take forward the organization next level. Okay, it's not only me that I have to contribute. We are also looking forward the people who can help us with their innovative ways of taking this organization a little more forward, especially for the cause of these people. So still that we have reached to address maybe 1/4. Still there is lot to, you know, address issues of the this type of people lot more. So for that we also looking forward people, those who are more generous, those who have knowledge of different innovative, who can help us, you know, to put forth like documentation, taking it to the medias. There are a digital campaign, like, you know, because even we so far we have not developed a website. Now only we are in the process of developing website. We do lot, but we are not known to the society much. You know, certain sectors that we are known, not to the entire world. So my dream is that this work reaches to the entire world, and also we are also looking for to build a advisory committee for the organizations with experts, efficient people who can advise us, who can journey with us. So that kind of support also we are looking forth. And of course, really, you know, this type of works involves the support of the many good heart people. Not only the person support, finance support also needs to develop these organizations. For this cause, like especially for domestic workers, children and migrants, we will be looking forward people, those who can generously extend their help to the cause of these people.